What we're building is we're trying to make the ideal energy source for powering AI data centers.
I visited Aalo's pilot factory in Austin to see what that claim looks like in hardware. Across this series, we're following 4 pieces that have to work together: the reactor architecture, the manufacturing system, the sodium loop, and the shutdown hardware. We're starting with the product Aalo actually wants to sell.
So each pod is kind of like 50 megawatts. It has a really high uptime because we only ever refuel 1 reactor at a time. And so that's the pod design. That's our kind of commercial product.
A major constraint for many advanced reactor companies is HALEU, a higher enrichment fuel with a limited commercial supply. Aalo says its first reactor is designed not to depend on it.
So the first thing is it has to be scalable. So we use off-the-shelf fuel, which is UO2, not an exotic fuel like TRISO or higher enrichment fuel. It's LEU, low enrichment. In the next few weeks, we are turning on our first nuclear reactor.
This interview predates Aalo's July 4th Zero Power Criticality milestone. That validated the reactor physics, but not the commercial system. Full power operation, sodium integration, and coupling the plant to a live compute load remain separate engineering milestones. That's so exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And this is like 2.5 years since founding. So that's really unprecedented speed. And that's what the hyperscalers want to see, is because that facility was a patch of dirt 6 months ago. So like to go from dirt to this finished reactor building and facility and reactor and the nuclear fuel and everything in like 5 or 6 months, that's what hyperscalers want to see. So that'll de-risk the nuclear side, but there's no sodium in that system yet. So then we're going to test sodium at full scale in the month or 2 that follows. And then in the few months that follows that, it'll all come together for full-scale power generation for the data center. We'll learn a lot about how to couple those systems and deal with like fluctuations in demand from the data center.
You have your work cut out for you. This is a big year.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
So your first customers are data centers, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
How many data centers do you think you could power in the next 5 years if everything goes well?
So I think by 2030, 2031, where we'll be is we should be able to produce the gigawatt per year from the factory, have a few hundred megawatts online, and be really well positioned to do several gigawatts per year throughout the 2030s. So I think that the 2030s is really the ramp, and the next 3 years, because it's almost 2027, that's crazy, is really about kind of laying the foundation.
What do you think are your biggest things holding you back?
10 years ago, if you asked me, the answer would definitely have been regulation. Nowadays, it's the access to capital is there, public support is there, government support is there. So it's really just us on execution. If we're able to show that we can get our LCOE, right, our cost of electricity, down below 10 cents within like n equals 10, n equals 20, where that's the number of reactors, then I think we'll have a real kind of holy grail energy product on our hands. So it's about proving our ability to manufacture it, to operate it with a high capacity factor, and then scale. Yeah. This space here is 40,000 square feet, which felt pretty big when we first got here, but now it's way too small. We're going to be expanding into 1 million square feet in the next few months. We think we'll be able to do around a gigawatt per year of hardware in that new facility. And to put that into perspective, right now it takes around like 10 years to build a gigawatt scale nuclear plant. So trying to do a gigawatt per year is pretty ambitious. But at the same time, some of the record energy deployments globally, like, we've done like between 50 to 100 gigawatts per year of, coal, natural gas, and even solar when you adjust for its lower capacity factor. I think 1 gigawatt per year will be good, but I think we eventually get to like 5, 10, 20, and maybe even 100 if things really go crazy with AI demand. So
that would be huge.
So that's Aalo's first bet, a reactor product designed around data center demand, conventional low-enriched fuel, and an aggressive path to commercial scale. But reaching that scale depends on whether the same hardware can actually be built repeatedly. That's where chapter 2 begins.